Trump's America scared white progressives, but black people in America, black Americans have been living in Trump's America for decades, centuries, really. Check it out, leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Rudy in Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, Rudy, what's on your mind?
Afternoon. That guy, Anthony, Anthony brought up some really good points because it's true. But, Tom, we're being bullied right now. And I want you and your listeners to understand that what we went through prior to the election and just after the election, that feeling of uncertainty. I mean, believe it or not, most black people live through that most of the time. And I really believe that right now we have a mandate. The Biden administration has a mandate there. I use a brick as a metaphor, but we need to take a brick to them, because if we don't this time, the next time, I don't think there'll be a next. I think it can get ugly.
Yeah. The next Republican president will flip this country into an oligarchy,
turn us out.
And
we will be
in
done
less than a year, because they now know how to do it. I mean, Trump showed them where all the cracks are. Rudy, you made a really important point, and Louise and I were talking about this morning. In the last week, I have done the entire New York Times crossword puzzle for the first time in my life every day. Mm-hmm. I am reading Medium.com instead of obsessively reading Drudge Report. Medium has lots of stories about things that have nothing to do with politics. The story of how a disease ended the Roman Empire, or that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. A lot of science, a lot of philosophy. And it hit me last night as I was going to sleep that up until it was very clear, and that was really just a week or so ago, up until it was really clear that there's no way that Donald Trump is going to stay in the White House. For the last 4 years, I have been living in fear. I have been living on the edge. I have been obsessively checking the news all day. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'd look at the news sites and go to Raw Story and Democratic Underground and Drudge and say, okay, what's going on in the world? Those are my three of my, the top ones for me. And I stopped doing that about a week ago. And your point that black people feel like this their entire lives, I mean, for me, it was like, as a privileged white guy, and I'll acknowledge that right up front. For me, it was like these last 4 years have been scarier than hell. I'm guessing amplify that times 100, because every time I walked out of the house, I didn't confront a Proud Boy. I didn't have to worry about just walking down the street.
This is second nature. This is second nature to most black people, and we're just to the point. We just don't care. I mean, when I tell you, Tom, that the day that I voted, I saw the determination on the people's face. It wasn't nothing stopping them.
Yep.
So what I'm saying to the audience is, we're being bullied, and if we don't find some kind of way to take a brick to these people and make them understand and make them stop, then this country's over.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And we think we dodged the bullet with Trump getting kicked out, but in fact, all we did was postpone the day of reckoning.